Well, thank you so much to the desk. Here we go. Round number 1.
We're going to get right into it. This pistol round is going to be not a rush, but they're already set up.
They have 2 smokes, they have 4 flashbangs, and they're going to be just pouring onto the bomb site here, trying to prevent those 1-taps coming out from Art. And, well, they'll get 1 kill on Henny. Vinny will get 1 in return immediately afterwards. He's in a little bit of trouble here, but still landing headshots and now hiding inside of the smoke for the reload. He comes out blazing, takes down Kenny, and even picks up another pistol along the way. Not a great defense from Vinny.
Yeah, that is a really nice hold, and that's even with the first player sliding out. Kenny has gushed him right behind the ticket booth, and he couldn't do anything about it. What a hold inside the site for Vinny, isolated from his teammates as well. And no one really had a read on his position. This first kill comes in, and from there, I mean, this is the only battle he has to have. That's a back turned and really, really nice hold from Vinny. As you mentioned, even switching out for the Glock, so he's on point.
I like that. Coach has his arms ready in the air, like he's got them ready to launch. Look good.
He already knows the victory's coming. He's prepared.
Yeah, it's getting the timing down perfect. Second round, and nothing really invested into it. G2 going to go for that next round buy, and I think that's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, well, with that plant, you can't get 3. Without the plant, you can't get the 3 Kriegs out. So why even invest here? Wait until you can get those Kriegs. Nice flashbang. Henny was bored, wanted to find some information. He's got the opening kill of the round.
It's a shame because they wanted to have Hunter in the window for the ramp push so that they could, you know, maybe sneak him in.
Yeah, that didn't work out at all.
No, that's been taken away. So is Amanek. It's all falling apart.
Henny might get 3 more kills here. They turn the corner. Yeah, nice spray. All 3 headshots next to Jackson. Kenny go down quick. 2-0 for FURIA, and they don't lose a whole lot in the process, but now here come the rifles. Here come the AKs. Here come, I would imagine, at least 1 Krieg, but it doesn't look like it. There we are.
Single one. What are FURIA going to be doing with these? Well, actually, they throw away one of the SMGs. They keep the one on K Serato. So it's not so bad. They had 2 of them. I was thinking, you know, maybe then you just say, okay, let's just double push underpass with the MP9s and just go for it.
You understand Henny, though, with the AWP, the fact that he gets all that bonus money. He really wanted to get the AWP out to help them, and he's going to get aggressive in towards Palace. Art, maybe just a half-second away from seeing that coming. That nade is going to do some damage, but Art is so blind. Jack's going to press the issue, but if he wants to chase the kill, it's got to be through the flames. And that scares him off. There's some really good damage done to G2 early on.
They're going to be boosting on the other side. Vinny, yeah, he can't see that. Nexa able to pick it up. That's a great time to improvise that kill. I've got to say, heads-up play by Art. There's a million different ways in which he could have thought that they were going to slow that push down. Like, that was very, very aggressive out of G2 to try and hunt him down. Yuri, that Krieg with a bomb. It's down just in the lane, and Henny's on the other side. They've got a crossfire to set that up. Kenny trying to pick it up, but that is a big problem. They don't have any more smokes or anything to try and pick up that bomb again. They need to go for the fights, and so they will. AK flashed in, and Jax will get 2 big ones, taking down Art and K Serato, and now it's a 2-1-3. They didn't have the grenades, but they certainly had the firepower. That was maybe harder than it seemed. That could have been very, very rough for them.
And that's devastating for FURIA. They had everything going for him. They had Henny up in Palace with that crossfire, and he was spotted, and he knew it. He had to get out of there. There's no way he was going to have more impact coming from Palace, and there's definitely no way he can just rotate easily around to A ramp. So he's in middle, and he's going to have to just save this AWP. What a win. What a nice play from Jax.
Yeah, that was perfect, wasn't it? 2 people lined up against that wall. And it's actually kind of tricky. There are a lot of times where you will see, if there are 2 or more people in that CT spawn position, then like one of them will be holding close, one of them will be behind the wall. And when the flash comes through like that, you know, the first guy's going to get flashed, but the guy in the CT spawn, he'll just peek right out and take that fight with you. So they were both in a perfect position to receive, and Henny going to be saving the AWP. But no one's going to be near him at all, so he will be just fine. So at least he gets to keep that rifle into the next round. I think the rest can buy. So you know, things aren't not perfect, but I guessing behind the AWP probably will try and put some effort into it.
Right. The question is, how much do you want to put into it? Do you want to fully invest, or do you want to just get the armor and pistols? And they're going to go for the full way. So Henny with the AWP gives them the confidence. FAMAS and SMGs coming out. And now it goes back to that question you just had in the previous round: is what do you do with these SMGs? Especially because on some level, you probably want Henny's AWP to take most of the contact, and he's going to jump up into Palace again. He saw nothing here in the previous round. He's just going to clear it out. And he sees no one still. Art is aggressive on catwalk.
He made the jump up from window up to the scaffolding, and now he's just hiding inside of their smoke, by the way.
He's so screwed, though. There's such a timer on this. There's no way he gets back. You have to kill everything. Even that smoke is going to come out just a little bit late as it disappears. So a 1-for-1 trade, but look where Hunter's got in that position is just so strong, even with the immediate headshot. And now he controls the entire middle of the map. Caserado is forced to get aggressive. Henny is still pretty much isolated himself in Palace.
Yeah, and you're right, Caserado almost has to do, just pull out something here, but yeah, if they go, it doesn't even matter where they go. If they go connector, that might be slightly better for Furia. Going B, what can he do? What is he going to do? Turn around and shut down like 3 people with the MP9?
He needs to get this first kill. That's a flashbang. He turns from it, but he can't win the battle. That was the one needed because Vinny's on the rotation over. And if he gets that, Hunter's at low health, so he likely gets a double or at least slows down that half of the attack. Now again, I think especially Henny, but Vinny as well, have to just back away and let them have the bomb site. Oh, that's really awkward. It's not going to change the round, but
the only reason why I didn't say this is because you were in the middle of a sentence, but I was going to say, why is he throwing away just money for no reason? Like, he knew that they wasn't going to go for it. Like, why throw in the Molotov and why not save it for the next round? But I guess he's actually just playing some, like, 6th-dimensional game. He's just, like, peeked into the future.
I want to know how Jax burned. Like, did he just stand in it? Was he planning?
He wasn't planning. He walked into it.
That's awkward. Okay. Well, things settle down. It's going to be 2-2.
They have a saying, like, play with fire, and you're going to get burned. And apparently nobody in his childhood has ever said that to him. Maybe it doesn't translate into French. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't sound as good. It's not as catchy. Well, G2 and Bombs, name a more iconic duo.
There is that. There is that. At least, it wasn't time critical.
That's a good point. That would have been heartbreaking. All right, so here we are, 2-2, and Vinny has found an AK-47, but, I mean, we saw Furia just invest around the AWP in the previous round, even with a stronger weapon in the AK-47 next to the op still. Okay.
Like, he wasn't planting when the bomb, he wasn't caught planting. He thought, like,
that's a good nature. Laughs it off a little bit. That's all you really can do. I'm actually surprised to see this investment. I think the only thing that made it doable, that crossed the line for Furia, is the fact that Henny could drop over that M4.
Yeah. So try and keep up the pressure, right? Like, don't want G2 to be just easily feeling like these rounds are too easy early on.
Nexa's just sitting at the end of Palace just drinking water. Hands off the keyboard, hands off the mouse. Hydrating.
Letting everybody else do the work.
Yeah, well, this is the 3rd round in a row that Henny's pushing to Palace with the op, and this is the 3rd round in a row where he sees absolutely nothing. Yeah,
and remember, like the other option for him. I mean, there's lots of other options. One certainly is, take challenging middle for an early battle. He could be holding B alone, whereas now Caserado is doing it with the MP9.
I like what they're doing here. They switched the position. Art's only got a CZ, so they let the op be mobile. And they let Art be the one with just a pistol to have the information to be able to pass that along and shrink the map. So Henny can now peer towards middle. The big obstacle that Henny's going to have is also dealing with a ramp. A missed shot onto Hunter and Connector. Henny's very confident that no one's coming up the ramp. Full mid control for G2. Nades running out on the defensive side. Nades running out on both sides, actually. This will be a B split. Yuri and Caserado going to have to hold on.
He's sneaking into the bomb site. Has a good angle. He can't quite get the flick, but yeah, that kind of gives the game away. They know they're coming. Henny takes down Kenny in the meantime. And Yuri, great player in the last map, but this time he's going to go down early to Hunter. And Amanek drops Caserado, and Hunter's right there for an easy kill on Vinny. It looked like maybe there's a big chance here, and Art with the flag is going to get caught as well. Some good opening kills for Furia, and looked like maybe they could have mounted a defense, but G2 managed to overwhelm the bomb site, and that'll be a 3rd round.
One thing that Henny can still do in this round, because again, it looks like he's going to be able to save the op, is cover the AWP for the G2 side of things. Another kill going his way. He's just trying to keep that gun out of their hands, and for the moment, he's successful. Amanek doesn't even want to challenge again. He just wants to go back to get the op. And Henny's going to live again, yet not able to be involved in any of the actual action.
Yeah, it feels like every time this happens, right? Like, you're sort of... Ooh, gets blown one right there. You take all the potential that could have been in one round, and you just you push it on to the next one, and then you do that again, and then even a third time. It's like how long before you say it almost has to be like you almost have to force the issue at some point with that AWP.
Well, listen, he's doing a good job. He's trying to force the issue.
Yeah.
He's pushed into halls every single round, and I think he's just going to do it again here because again he has a pretty decent spawn for it. So.
Yeah, and he's probably just thinking as well, like, they haven't seen me here yet, so like they don't know, and he's absolutely right. Consistent, same idea every time, and finally it works out. That's a good opening kill. There might still be a lot of trouble here on this bomb site. Vinny is the only one holding it, otherwise with him, a 5-7 in hand and no armor. So I don't know, Vinny has to stay alive for more than a couple of seconds to allow Henny to get some clean shots in. Otherwise, there's going to be too much happening. The Molotov already bringing him down a little bit low. That's a problem.
I cannot believe that Henny's still taking this risk. They don't have a single player able to really defend against any kind of a Palace peak. Serato is watching it, but you almost feel like Henny has to be a bit more aggressive towards A ramp just to be able to get some kills, but even that's risky in itself. He's holding on, and Jax is just going to jump up and take the opportunity. There's Henny, spotted by Serato. Oh, and a third kill! Add on one more! Hunter goes down, a headshot from Henny, and he has single-handedly delivered a victory for FURIA in this round. Vinny's gonna get the final kill, but it's all Henny.
That is absolutely outrageous. When it finally worked, it really worked. I mean, this kill is so disgusting. That is absolutely not easy to do. Still, obviously, you've got to appreciate the spirit overall. He's 11-1, and then again, saving the keeping it. Actually, you keep not cashing that check, right? You just hold on to it, keep going to next round, and then finally you get the chance.
It's so easy to get frustrated and be like, I haven't been involved in anything. I've pushed and I haven't seen anyone. Like, it's so easy to just kind of go for one of those 1-on-3s at the end. And he just bided his time. Another hit towards this A bomb site. Art again in dark, but I think the smoke and that choke point has kind of scared G2 off. Maybe it looks like they're trying to throw some kind of a fake, but without throwing any bodies at it, they're not going to keep the defense here for long.
Pushed in, and Nick's able to win that fight. I mean, again, that's the kind of common setup that we praise. So I'm not even going to try and criticize, too much. It's a bit of a shame they couldn't win that one because that's what that's all meant for. Kenny with a nice crouch peek in a takedown. Vinny long range with the AK-47, and Serato running up to the corner, and they're just going to straight peek him. I think he was probably expecting some sort of a flashbang there, but never arrived, and that means they're in trouble. They could try and hang around and maybe do something here, but now probably time to fall back. I mean, if they get a straight kill like right away when they peek that next corner, but now it's 2 versus 4, and man, all that work, and it might be all for nothing here.
That's a really curious play from Serato. I'm not sure what was going on. He might have heard a footstep in those B halls and thought the attack was going to come there much quicker.
Oh dear.
Kenny S has a chance to take these guns away down the stretch. He doesn't have the HP. Sees the shadow. Now he hears it. There's the drop down, and he can't connect the kill. That's an awkward timing as he had just kind of jumped over the trash can, was still setting his feet.
Now he's planking on the trash can, which is weird. Do you notice how the planking trend went away? Do you notice that trend? Do you even know what it is?
Yeah, I know what it is, but I never cared, so I didn't really notice when it was at its peak.
Yeah, it had like the short. I think people started dying from it, and then it,
How do you die from planking?
People started planking on like the top of buildings and like on construction cranes, stuff like that. People took it too far.
Shout out to the Darwin Awards.
Yeah, it was a wild time.
4-3.
Planking.
4-3 in the favor of G2. And you're right, outside of this massive round from Henny, FURIA doesn't have a whole lot of defensive positivity. Art's going to get one more kill in mid, but again, it's a 1-for-1. It's almost like, who's he playing against that he dropped so many kills against on this map that he was a god against? It seems like he's trying to replicate that. Not working just yet.
I can't even remember who that was.
That was 2 days ago. We're broken.
We are absolutely broken. Just a bit of a jump there. Kamenek trying to bait out a shot to figure out if anyone was at the corner. They do have 2 AWPs, and That is, yeah, that's a powerful setup for a map like this, especially if you could hold an angle like Hacerado just was. When you're watching deep into B, you just get such advanced warning of what's coming. So, over at the A side, Vinny and Henny are holding. 50 seconds on the clock, that smoke goes up a connector, and yeah, Henny understandably getting a bit concerned. There's a if the timing is right and Henny just can get a shot and call Vinny back, this should be a great defense. But if somehow that doesn't work out and he goes down, it's a bit different. Leg shot on Nexa, 30 seconds on the clock now, and they're going to be flashing their way through. G2, there's a very low chance they can win this round. I think that they're very low on time, and they don't know about Vinny being up here, and that should give them a big lead. He's thinking about it, walking in now. Timing is beautiful. He keeps fighting. Didn't even actually need to, but good double kill for him. He's very, very swift. And Amanek going to try and make his escape. Got to be careful because Yuri's on that side of the map, and ooh, maybe not watching for it, actually. Amanek sneaking in for a kill, so he'll save that AWP. And that's going to be the round for FURIA.
And a pretty big kill for Amanek there at the end. Look at the money for the FURIA side of things. It is not great, especially after a rebuy. They still haven't been able to establish themselves in terms of the money, so still in a dicey position. I have bad news for you, Anders. I have good news and bad news, I think.
Okay, bad news first.
No, I don't have bad news yet.
Oh, okay. Well, can I have the good news?
I don't have good news either. Actually, I have no news. I'm trying to figure out who it was against. Art was against in that matchup.
Not even fake news, just no news.
Yeah, no, I failed you in a big way. I failed the viewers as well. I've done a very poor job with this one. I apologize to everyone.
Well, I'll bring it back.
Okay.
I've got something we can discuss here.
Yeah, what have you got?
If you go on a first date, and you were into planking, would you bring it up? Would that if she asks
Absolutely not.
What are some of your hobbies? Like, tell me what you're passionate about, and you say planking.
Never do that.
Big on planking.
Terrible idea. They call me the plank master. It's not a recipe for success.
Okay. Well, fortunately, the game's back. The thing is, it always feels so hollow when you just take damage and nothing comes from it. But if we're being honest, if he walks into that fire and gets a kill at the A bomb side and falls away, we all love it. So
yeah, we are calling him a god.
Yeah, it is a big risk, but you understand the logic of it, right? Any CT player there probably thinking that no one's going to be coming through. Now here, though, in the B bomb site, a lot of grenades ringing in. Amanek did get a kill on Art, but at the same time, this B bomb site is really well defended. The bomb now dropping down, so they know what's coming, and Yuri will take down Hunter, and now it's all fallen a little bit flat here. 2-on-4.
Yeah, that Molotov split the attack so well. Just one player able to go forward, and in that case, if he doesn't get the first kill, if he doesn't win that initial battle, it's all over. And for FURIA, no reason to peek any of these market windows. You can see Kenny and Amanek right at the end. Kenny's just hoping for someone to cross this, and Henny realizes the angle isn't his. There's no point in him challenging with two teammates still alive at the bomb site. I think even Vinny's going to start making his way towards Catwalk or Underpass, and G2's already got the idea that they need to save. No way forward, no way to retrieve the bomb, and there's just no point.
Yeah, these weapons are going to be pretty valuable for them in the upcoming round, even if the grenades are going to be somewhat limited. You can obviously still sneak in some amazing kills, so that's what they have to hope for.
Problem is no bonus money, so Kenny's not going to be able to drop anything over, except for maybe a pistol, but that might not be worth it. They'll probably want to keep that money in his hands as the AWPer of the team to be able to afford this weapon in the future if they need it. And for FURIA, this couldn't have gone better. 4 players survived, so finally they get to feel a tad bit more confident with the cash flow they have behind these victories. And some rifles being traded out.
The jump that Yuri just made, where he jumps on the outside to get into that window.
Yeah.
If you just let's say you take 2 people up into those hallways. First guy just goes in the window and sits down. The next guy jumps out like that and stacks on top of him. Then you could be standing 2 people in that window, and the top guy can lean right and look into the hallway again on the window that's up front.
That is the most tenuous, complex stack.
You say that, but someone's going to win a major with it one day.
Okay, we'll see. I like the idea of that.
They're just going to do it every single round. No one
no one can stop it. Kenny He's got to dictate a lot. He's got to do what Henny did for FURIA. He has to open things up. That's not going to happen. Art just peeks from a new angle. The timing wasn't there, but Kenny trying to do his best to blow something up for his team, open something up for his team, and now it's the Creek's turn to make an attempt. And I think Henny spotted that, but just shot one between the ankles.
Yeah, that was close to being a quick death. Might still happen as Art pushes into the middle and takes down Hunter. He's seeing the next guy over, and he'll get the headshot on Amanek. So Krieg is gone. Teammates are gone, and so is the round.
It was versus Avangar that Art went nuts.
Ah, excellent. Yeah, I was forgetting about that. Not the performance, but just
the opponent.
The opponent. 6-4, and the 11th round.
That's what I was trying to figure out. The good news and the bad news thing. I thought I had it, and then I didn't. I just wanted to give you an update now.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it nonetheless.
Yeah, 6-4, and here's the result of Kenny and Amanek saving those guns the past few rounds. They're stuck on a CZ and a MAC-10. So still G2 not able to put a decent buy together, and a shot into the arm through the corner of the wall. Jax is tagged, and ooh, that's a... Thought Art would have had that one, but the Galil comes out on top. Hunter was ready.
Yeah, that's even more painful, right? You save the guns, you get shut down in that round, and now you're actually worse off for having made that attempt. And
this is where, if I'm on FURIA, if I'm the captain, if I'm the coach, actually hold the thought for a moment, because this set piece is coming in. Vinny at range going to cause a distraction as Kenny leads, and that's a big opening provided by Jax. Now Vinny has to be way more dedicated, which opens him up to Nexa, and Henny just now switches sides on the map and still can't get involved with his AWP. The poor guy.
Yeah, they're dodging him left and right. Hunter now having them pinned in. He could just pose up here, but they don't have a lot of money to go for hunts either. G2, like, they've got to be careful about their own economy here, but maybe send the CSAT and the MAC-10. If
I'm the coach or the captain of FURIA at this point, I'm just telling Art, we need you to not be this aggressive.
Yeah.
The 2 times he's done it on catwalk and middle, it's been a 1-for-1 trade. Now he's just getting picked off, and yeah, they're leading 6-4, about to be 6-5.
Well, the thing that I really don't understand is, if you really want to keep doing it, then
give him a buddy, give him a battle buddy.
Give him a friend to fight with, you know. Like that play that he's made now, I think a couple of times, where he goes into their smoke, he finds a kill, then he can't get out, can't do anything. If there's somebody, even if there's somebody just in the A bomb side throwing flashbangs for him, they could just be tossing whatever they have over the wall in the middle. Like, maybe he can get escape or he can get more kills.
And even with those flashbangs, it's still a gigantic risk.
It is a big risk, but, you know, right now it feels like they are just absolutely leaving him on his own. And actually, the fact that they are, I mean, it almost makes it seem like it is part of the plan, you know. It's like, yeah, you know what, you're just our crazy guy running around middle fighting people. Yeah. But I agreed, it's not having the output that you would necessarily look for. 6-5. And I think G2 are doing a fine job early on here. I mean, it's hard to say who's coming out really far ahead right now. I feel like the economy is probably, once again, going to be the deciding difference for either team. And G2 do have a better one going into this round.
Yeah, at least for the moment. Both teams with 1 round of a losing bonus. I think the scary proposition for G2, or maybe it's a good thing that they have 5 rounds in this situation, but Kenny S is 1-9 so far in this game, struggling to have the impact they'd like from the Star Opera in potentially the elimination map. Molotov and Underpass to slow them down. Henny wants to go for a peek, just spamming through the smoke, not committing a whole lot. And you still have Nexa moving into position in Palace over on the A side of the map, so this can very quickly turn into a split-up connector. Although Kenny S and Jax at top mid, there's no one to come A ramp, so still a lot to be dictated in this round, but a double-op setup, 1 at the B bomb site, 1 over at A. And again, it's only Art pretty much on his own in mid. That top connector for the moment.
Yeah, they've given the middle. Just said, you can have that. Although I don't think G2 have even realized yet that they're quite defensive about taking it. Not really wanting to give anything away, but they're going to realize right about now that, okay, there's no one's really showing up. Art is starting to get back. He's actually slipped back through the smoke that they put up in the window room. And did he see that? I don't think he saw the gun barrel. That might be... He could have had warning already that there were people sneaking in, and now he's going to go. But there's 4 people here with Nexer on the other side. They don't have a lot of grenades on G2 here, but when they go, it's going to be fast. And, oh, they just line up for him. Art with a big triple. All of them headshots. That was just a conveyor belt of T's coming into that, and he was just ready to get that done. And then that final kill, quad on him. My God.
Well, I don't think you're going to have too many clips that can showcase why the Krieg is so strong at the moment than that one right there. That might be the example used from now to the end of time. I don't think there's a single other gun in the game that can do something like that.
Can somebody take that clip and then add the sound that it makes when, like, the checker at the supermarket checks in, like, you know...
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yeah, just that was...
And then you add this one on top of it, and it's like, well, this is unreasonable. That's just one tap at long range, and every professional Counter-Strike player just puked in their mouth a little bit.
Yeah. Until it's them using it. And
yeah,
like,
until they're in Art's position, and they're like, yeah, I'm the shit.
Yeah, this is great. Love this gun. 7-5. I think Dupree had a poll going on at some point on Twitter asking, you know, whether the Krieg meta or the Org meta was worse. Which I guess is like slightly framing the question, but I'll sort of accept it anyway. I guess when he means the Org meta, like which one is that? Like, does he mean like these?
Just right before it was nerfed when the CT sides were really strong, right around the Katowice major.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I agree the Krieg is too good, but I'm not. It's not panic mode for me. I'm not so panicked by it.
Okay.
I mean, there was an earlier Org meta where they buffed it, that one when they increased the attack speed, or I've been playing Underlords.
That was a fun week.
Attack rate so high that it was the best gun of all time.
Ooh, Hunter, almost able to punish. Yeah, balancing the weapons is a sticky subject. It's very easy to overbalance, as we're seeing at the moment.
Yeah, but I actually think people should give Valve a little bit of credit for how well they've been doing, right? Like, people notice when things are out of balance, but we're talking about a lot of guns that have to be like all working sort of all at the same time with their own little niche, and like it. Well, I actually think it's very impressive.
I think that's where you get into the tough part of the argument, is where there are certain people who would say not all the guns have to be.
Yeah, that's like a philosophy, right?
Yeah.
From the beginning, and yeah, I don't know. Like I would have said, like, you know, 5 years ago, if you'd asked me if you follow that philosophy, is the game going to be good? I would have said no way. That's not achievable. And if you try, everything is going to go badly wrong. But so far, I don't know. I think they're doing a decent enough job. Art will take down Kenny again. Headshot with the Krieg to drop him, and now 3 AKs and 1 MAC-10, and that's going to make it very tough for G2 to find a way back in the round. There's 25 seconds, and the bomb is up in the hallways, but Keserado's watching that with the AWP, and they don't have very much to force him off the angle. And even if they do, Yuri's going to be here for the other shot, and that's going to be Jax going down. So that was part of the distraction. There's a flank coming in from Amanek, but that's being watched by Art. He saw that coming. 9 seconds, and Art is continuing. A triple in the round so far, and another quad. Back-to-back quad kills here for Art, landing him at 15 rounds. I just want to cap it off and say I think one of the issues, maybe more than I do agree the Krieg is a little bit too much, but maybe I think maybe it's the economy around it too.
Yeah, well that's kind of my stance on it, is like you can make,
that's what I'm scared about.
You can make all guns viable, or you can make it so the money is always there for the teams. But once you do both, it gets really awkward.
Yeah, then the problem, right, is that then there's going to be one gun that's just going to be the gun that's, you know, that's better than all the rest, more or less. So yeah, I think maybe that second round Krieg buy is just the thing that makes it.
That one is a bit painful. It just defies logic.
Yeah, like maybe that's where the line is. We say, you know, that's too good. Now we've got Deagles and some P250s and no armor and a single flashbang, and it's on the other side of the map, so that he can't even flash anyone in at this point.
Yeah, it's not great.
You can throw those flashbangs quite far, but not that far.
And he's taking a shot. Now he's going to back down. The Molotov is out. Jack steps in front of it. Still hasn't seen anyone inside the bomb site. Ooh, that's a great shot. Great double up between Nexa and Hunter. Vinny's in a lot of trouble now. He's going to go down. Jax eliminates him, but there's still 2 defenders here. And no smokes, no flashbangs to cross this. Yuri and Henny can just hold on. And that's a tag with the AWP, and Henny's missing a couple, but still not in danger. G2 still isn't able to close this gap. And even with Amanek coming in, I think he's just found the timing to get past Yuri's crosshair. So This is still up in the air. This is still risky. Remember, there's 2 ops on the board for the defense, so a retake even against pistols is going to be tough.
He used the flashbang on the other side. If he'd still had it, you know, they could have flashed Henny, they could have gone for something. I'm really disappointed. 30 seconds, and they need to get that bomb plant down. I think Kenny's trying his very best at the moment, and they'll get the bomb plant. This is actually a very good round out of G2, no matter what. They've got 2 kills, they got the bomb plant, but I don't think they can hold on to this now. Hunter and Kenny would have to pull a miracle here. They're low on health, got no armor, and Henny now just running one down. Kenny hiding, just no one even spotting for him. That could have been an absolute disaster. Oh, God.
Especially because the Krieg dropped right into his lap, right from the top. Hunter, when he gets killed, the Krieg drops right to Kenny. That could have been spectacular. I don't think he would have gotten the 3rd kill, but...
He was doing the old T-Rex maneuver on them. Just don't move.
Vision based on movement.
Just sit still, and
Listen,
they won't notice.
That round was scarily very dangerous for FURIA, and I know it didn't really seem like it a whole lot. I know it looked like it was easy to mop up, but if Yuri doesn't go that passive in window room and just stay away from all danger, that's what really, you know, sealed that round for FURIA.
Into the middle quick. Art nearly getting caught again. This mid-fight for him has been really rough. Just Molotov, and they're just going to be running around the corner trying to see if they could do that. Henny now in a lot of trouble, and he'll go down. Jax with a massive double opening there. Art takes down Amanek, but still, this is G2 saying we need that 6th round, and we're not going to be asking any longer. We're just going to be taking. Hunter, he is that, but still goes down to Yuri, and that's a problem now. 3-on-3, and the bomb is very quickly planted. This pace out of G2 I find to be refreshing, phenomenal. I love everything about it. Kenny will take down Yuri in connector, and now Jack's up close to the corner. No flashbangs being thrown for him just yet. Oh, no, just clicking him away. And that's going to be a 9-6 scoreline at the end of the half. What a great first half here on Mirage. And yeah, we'll catch you when we come back in the second half right after the break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is the second half coming up on Mirage. Second map as well between G2 and FURIA, and it's been a really, really fun game so far. I was going to ask you without looking at the scoreboard, but it's up on our monitors, so it doesn't really work. But how many times Henny died in that first half?
Henny died twice in that first half, Anders.
How's that possible?
That's crazy. Well, he did save that op in the beginning of the game like 4 or 5 times, and remember, like, he switched across the map, and every time he went to B, they went A, and every time he was at A, they went B. So.
And then you might even say, oh, okay, so he's only died twice. Well, I guess he hasn't had a lot of stuff to do, but he's got 15 kills.
Yeah, and he had that spectacular quad kill to even get him on the board.
Very, very deep decoy landing on the A bomb site. No one can even hear it. Not much of a decoy in that case, I guess. While they're stacking up outside of the B bomb site.
Ooh, this is a perfect call for G2. Certainly, they've got to love this. 3 players on catwalk and just turn around. Look at this crossfire. There's so many players here. Certainly, they win this. Certainly, there's no way for FURIA to break up this stack. These USPs are just doing so much work at range. K Serrato still alive, still with a kill, and didn't expect Connor to be there. He somehow got that one, but Nexa, way too many bodies thrown at the problem, and FURIA caught off guard by the sheer numbers.
The closest G2 player to the A bomb side was playing in window, and everybody else was over at the B side. So that is a fantastic way to win a pistol round. And we've actually been bringing this up a fair bit, right? Having the sort of 4-1 type stack in pistol rounds has become more and more popular.
We've noticed it a lot lately.
Ooh, Jax he's feeling it. 17th round. And FURIA, they buy into this. Remember how G2 didn't do this and then it went for, you know, the full buy in the 3rd round, I believe? And
yes.
And FURIA just saying, you know what? We don't care.
Well, they're going to go right back to that B bomb site. Amanek all alone. 1 nade. That's going to do some decent damage. I think a little bit of it eaten up by the couch. It's a powerful couch. And I think he just spotted one there, but what's the reaction? His teammate is Hunter, and he's so deep on catwalk. I don't know if there's anyone going to get back. Amanek has such a big job to do. Oh, and he's fortunate to get that with a flashbang coming in. Definitely can't get the second. And now we have a retake, and the smokes just go up as Hunter falls, and this might just be a round for FURIA.
Kenny's kind of close to the smokes over at the catwalk, and Jax is starting to make his way in. They get a kill with a grenade, and Jax will take down Ard, and just like that, it's doable. I completely agree. That was a 4-on-3. The bomb was going down quickly. It did not look like that was going to be possible, but G2 showing up at the limit of the bomb site and able to get some early kills. And now Henny with 1 in return on Kenny at least. It's a 2-on-2, and actually Jackson next are still trying to get out the window. They'll have success in the first battle there, taking down Yuri, but now Henny's just trying to play a little bit of ring around the rosy. He'll get one, and the follow-up surviving on 2 health with a triple kill. Man, Henny is a monster in this game. What's that? 18-2 now.
Yeah, that's 19-3.
All right, he got the last one. 19-3. That's incredible.
We got there at the end. They lost track of him. Look at Jax trying to clear out Van. They thought for sure he would have retreated into a safer corner, and he's out in the open, ready to battle. Right on the other side of that pillar. Beautiful round, beautiful return in the second, and nice job recovering from that disaster. 4-on-3, nade and 1 frag follow it up, but they still able to pull it out. Such a strong position to be in, and another 3rd round bye for G2, this economic tug of war. Seesawing back and forth. Jax transferring over, nice headshot, but they didn't expect K-Serrato to be that close up. He's dinked, he's low on health, and here comes Yuri. The Krieg gonna start getting into the action and dictating this round.
Hunter trying to play a game at the edge of that smoke. Doesn't really work out. Amanek.
That's crazy.
You know, part of me enjoys the madness, but it's still madness.
That's the only way to describe it, is madness. Kenny gonna try and get some parting gifts. He's taking down Yuri. They know exactly where he is, and Art is at a vertical angle that he didn't expect. Krieg dropped over to his teammate so they can preserve the powerful weaponry. And now G2 has the unenviable task of being 4 rounds, probably 5 rounds behind after this, and having to also settle your economy down.
Yeah, that economy being all messed up is a real problem. 19-4. I'm still kind of shocked that that's where Henny's at right now. A 5-man stack on the A-bomb site, and looks like an execute into the A-bomb site. 3 people down here. The MAC-10 leading the charge. Could either be a great day for Henny or a very bad one. The USBs are coming for him and slowly chipping away, so it turned out it wasn't that great, but now they should know. And actually, from his team's point of view, it is great, right? Like, that's all the info they need. So yeah. Worthy sacrifice.
Definitely. Gotta be pleased with that. If
Human
you're FURIA.
sacrifice.
you know exactly where to go next. Art's gonna be pushed up, and he can find his way in towards market. And for G2, I don't think it necessarily matters what they do either way. They can try and go for it, maybe take a gun away. They can try and just sit around and try and get some exit kills. It doesn't much matter. It'll be a 12th round for FURIA. And what a big lead to have. 5 rounds in front of G2. K-Serrato going to get the first and the second.
Yeah, it is a big lead. The economy is part of what makes that even worse. Good triple for K-Serrato. I mean, from G2's point of view, if they were able to sneak in and find a rifle, you know, get a kill, find a rifle, then that would be well worth it.
That'd be a miracle. It'd be a blessing. Well, G2 needs to start on the right foot in this first gun round immediately. They need to start getting on the board, start stringing rounds together, start coming back in this match. FURIA on the verge of winning this lower bracket semifinal.
Maybe G2 need to make their own human sacrifice to make this work. You know, get somebody pushed up top mid. Flash somebody in.
All right, I'm glad we went. I was going to say we're on the verge of a dark territory.
I think that's been outlawed for a while now.
I would imagine it would be.
I haven't actually checked, but I'm just going off.
Someone just forgets that.
I think you can claim religious immunity for a lot of things, but not that. Kenny goes for a fight in the middle, and that doesn't really work out. It's a good double setup. If you're K-Serrato, that's not an easy fight to be winning when they're both right there. Mid-control though for FURIA, and they are so fast at pushing into the window here. That's incredible.
Well, they can feel confident because they saw the double push in A ramp and they took Kenny S out in mid, so there's just not the manpower that you would have. You have to imagine there's at least one player at the B bomb site, and I'm not sure how Art doesn't come out on top of that. He had so many advantages. That's painful. I love that call. What a good read from FURIA, and it doesn't pan out for them.
Yeah, that's one of those strange rounds we said, well, that is such a powerful position. He's got the Krieg long range. He should be winning it. And now it's fallen apart. Amanek will take down Yuri on this side, so all of the options have pretty much been closed out here. Kenny can't even save the ult for once. He's going to go down, and G2, that's a huge round to win. They pick up the AWP at the end. They stay aligned with 4 people. That could very well be the turnaround moment.
Yeah, and we just talked about G2 needing to get started on the right foot. Not only have they won that first round with the rifles in their hand, but they survive with 4 players, so they're not backs against the wall already. Bunch of Kriegs being picked up for FURIA, 5 of them to be exact. Kenny has his AWP. He'll take that towards middle. He'll get a chance. Gonna try and make the cat jump, and he's got it, but he's so blind, and I don't even know if he's late or if Vinny beat him to the angle, but something went horribly, horribly wrong.
Yeah. Maybe he was expecting that they were gonna throw that default smoke, which is thrown in 9 out of 10 rounds. But yeah, they were there very quickly.
And again, you have to wonder if this is maybe research, because this time they haven't spotted the amount of bodies at the A bomb site, but they've got Art boosted up within the first 20 seconds of the round after that kill on Kenny S. So things working out so far exactly the same as previous.
That was so fast that I would love it if you went back and checked around. Then it turns out Vinny jumped on top of somebody's head in spawn and did one of those improvised default or random run boost, I guess the word for it. And if you're some freak accident that actually made that happen. Now they're pushing up from the window again, and this position should get them the kills. They should be working. This is everything you could possibly want. But Jax gets 2 instead. The bomb is dropped on that side, and Nex are turning around. Still, the A defense here. Just 1 player left, and Hunter, he's got so many angles to look at, and he'll almost get it done. He dinks Vinny, who gets a triple instead, and now Amanek, 1 versus 3, and he's coming in with the flank. And when you're alone, those flanks are really not that easy to do.
And they've paused. They delayed the bomb plant, so he's gotten so close.
Very close. Sneaking up behind them, spotting out Vinny, getting the kill. But that's fine, actually. Yuri might be all right with that, because Vinny was already low on health. He's going to flash his way in just to take a peek here. He's got a Molotov as well, forcing Amanek to basically stay committed, and Yuri will get the kill. And FURIA, just after that successful round out of G2, where they managed to steal it away, now it's 13-8 instead, and the economy is not that good for G2.
That's a really nice improvised Molotov just right at the end there to force his hand in the 1 versus 1. Well played from Yuri, and this is 2 rounds straight. Kenny's been picked off in the middle without even being able to attempt to have an impact. I think that was the last bullet from Vinny that gets that kill. Showed the fist bumps from Jax, trying to keep the morale up for his team that are just hemorrhaging rounds at the moment. 4-2 in this second half in the favor of FURIA, which does not spell anything good for G2. Oh, and K-Serrato gonna pounce. Jax jumping off of Catwalk to try and help out towards the A bomb site where all the utility is. In fact, all of G2 is ignoring the A bomb site, just giving it up, trying to get some of these Kriegs in middle. Maybe weaponry for the next round is their goal, because again, the money has just not been great this entire half for the defensive side. And Art's all on his own, and he's getting pinched from 2 different angles. He's got one coming behind, and Amanek's going to find this kill for free. 2 Kriegs picked up, and they desperately need to save those.
Yeah, they do. All the utility raining at A is what caused all those people to rotate around middle, right? So it's pretty good timing for FURIA to go for that peak and try and take the fight. And they'll win the round and put themselves at 14. The Kriegs, Yuri in position. He'll win that fight against the first one. And Amanek, I mean, everybody else from FURIA is really far away. And Yuri's a little bit low on health, so might not want to be going all in on this one. It's not like they have all the money in the world. They could well be needing another buy down the road. So 14-8 though. That's FURIA needing 2 more rounds to defeat G2 in this game. Having barely won 16-14 on Vertigo.
Yeah, and that was the big win. That was the map pick of G2. So that's what's put them in this position where FURIA can just close things out on their own map, and they seem to be just right about doing it. So fair play. FURIA playing really well, coming in hot. For a team that just a couple days ago when we cast them looked very, very awkward. They have really cleaned things up. The deeper they've come in this tournament.
Yeah, the first game we saw from them was just very weird. I think that was the one against Avant-Garde, wasn't it? Where it was all strange. Vinny goes down, but they still got Art into the window. Henny's dropped next. Good openings here for G2. Jackson, Hunter, and Hunter with the follow-up taking down Yuri. It's all looking very decent right now. Art trying to win that fight. He's actually going to somehow beat him. That's... I don't know. That is definitely Listerine FaceTime if you're Kenny.
A little bit of tag on Nexa. He's in danger. He knows it coming from behind, but the op, it lands from Art. There's still a possibility in this round. The bomb is dropped in mid, which is going to make things tough. And this flank could be massive for Amanek, but Jax is very, very low in connector. He's got Hunter kind of providing some cover.
This position, he's actually looking that way, but I was going to say, if they get the kill on Jax and they start to move in the middle for connector, that position that Hunter's in is still so powerful, right?
I think the real saving grace is Amanek here.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, even if they were to go get the bomb in middle, he knows they only have time to go to the A bomb site. Oh, you don't need to peek that. He's just baiting him out. Nice job from Amanek. Taking the attention away from middle for Jax to take a peek, and we're going to get a timeout from G2. They know the importance of this round, just starting to mount this comeback, and they need to keep winning.
Yeah, they do. We talked about Henny having, 19-3. Now he's 19-8. So there's been quite a few. Like Fair Play, he's also been entering with Mac 10s, doing a bunch of different things. But that is, helpful to G2 if nothing else. Now, luckily, they also have Art. He's at 21 kills. So they've got a couple of people over on the FURIA side who are doing a lot of work. But G2 can absolutely make it back in this game and try and win it. It is not done yet. I think one of the things that's making things look even more bleak at the moment is the fact that their economy has been so shattered, right? So the last many rounds, it's just very weird. So if they can keep a good economy here, it might be a different feel in the next couple rounds, assuming that they can survive. What looks like it might be a very fast B execute. Ooh. Jumping Amanek, he sees it coming and actually winning in the fight for a long time. Hunter with the lineup as they drop out of the smoke and yeah. B execute is done. Yeah, that's a great hold from G2, dropping all the Molotovs, and look at this, 4 players going to be alive. Oh, that is beautiful from G2, even though FURIA puts out the flames pretty early on with smokes, even though smokes obscure their own vision, so the Mirage just goes absolutely nowhere. Another good round from Hunter, who we saw pick it up massively on the defensive side on Vertigo as well, was a huge influence of why G2 was in that game. Yeah, he had back-to-back triple kills, just doing a lot of things. Yeah, this one, again, I mean, this is them jumping, as I'm saying, jumping out of that smoke, and you just don't have that vision whatsoever of where that player is moving to. So good play from Hunter, 14-10. They've now got 2 rounds in a row, and they get some breathing room against P250s and Glocks. No utility for the FURIA side. A deep nade is going to do great damage, massive damage. And there's the Shadow spotted by Kenny. He has a chance to kind of warm up into this game, and he needs it. Couple tough rounds early on. 14-11. Yeah, very clean round, and the other one was as well. So we talked about they need the economy to be good. Like they need to build into that. Well, 2 rounds and we're here. So that's everything you could want if you're G2. Means you don't have to worry about losing a couple of rifles. Like maybe you won't have to save on grenades anyway. You're going to be just fine. 14-11. The G2 team fighting their way back. Vinny, a little bit of an early fight, actually very aggressive early fight. Oh, and actually the flashbang works out. Hunter goes down. I thought Vinny would have been dead already. And he is from a teammate, no less. As Yuri gets dropped as well, I lose track of this round already. 3 versus 4, and they're making their way back.
Oh god, that did not work at all. It looked like it was going to. Those staggered flashbangs did so much, but it also blinded Furia. They couldn't find the fights.
We need replays.
Oh, that's so awkward.
We need all the replays.
TKs are always fun to watch. Not fun to experience. So up catwalk we go. Still 2 smokes. Kenny is in the window room. No one's actually really got eyes on catwalk. That one smoke is going to allow them to get up, and even some spam coming through. But Kenny's got to hustle over to help Amanek with the AWP. One's already gotten past his vision, and he knows he's sinking back into a more defensive spot. But now look at this. He has the idea. Art's going to win the battle against Kenny. That's not ideal. Amanek still alone on an island. His teammate's here. He's got to find that, and he's got it against K-Serrano. But he's still pinned down. But Furia can do nothing to flush him out.
Oh, Ars with one more headshot. Triple on him right now, and now Nexa making his way out the window. He sees the fight, and he'll win it. Down to 28 health, but a triple kill for him. And G2, they stay alive. They make it work. And I've got to say, that actually is a very, very smart defense all the way through from Amanek. Here it is. Oh no, he was even coming out of the flashbang. He thought, I'm unflashed, and there's a CT that's jumped down in the sandwich with me. Oh dear.
Joke's on you.
That
is a bit awkward.
That is a little bit awkward.
That is very awkward. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a impromptu timeout here in T-Spawn. Henny, again, we mentioned this yesterday, being very vocal. I don't know why that surprises me so much to see Henny being the vocal one, but I mean, probably if you look down this list, the most experience of any of these players having played in a major final, so it does make sense in a certain way as well.
Yeah, he's just giving out some ideas as they're waiting around. So I do just want to say, the way that Amanek played that, he has to stay alive for the rotate. That's like almost the #1 thing, right? But he also obviously wants a kill. But I think the mistake that he could have easily made is if he tries to fall back too far, he's exposed to catwalk suddenly, right? So he has to hug the wall while basically not getting run down, and if he scopes too much, that'll tell him exactly where he is, and then he even watches the smoke. Like, I actually think that whole round from Amanek, which is very cool. He only got the 1 kill, but that was, like, a lot of times that would have been much worse. Now they're rushing in after a little bit of a team meeting, and it doesn't really work out so well. Nexa with a nice triple spray down, and the chance for a bomb plant here seems just very limited. Art going to continue to run. He's the one with the bomb anyway. He's just going to go for it. Ooh. And taking down Kenny. That's something.
There's a real chance. He's got the bomb, and he's being a little bit crazy. He could find Jackson. He's got it. Oh, that's a quick reaction, and that's low HP, and now the AWP as well. Although that scope surely had to have been heard. How does K-Serrano get involved in this round? That's the question. He's boxed in towards the A bomb site, being very patient, and they know this plant is coming at B. It's out in the open.
It's lost.
And Art's going to go down. Yeah,
they heard the shot.
There's no way.
He fired the AWP, K-Serrano on the side, so they know. It's a very cool idea. Again, this is one of the reasons why Brazilian Counter-Strike is just tons of fun.
That round was so winnable, though, in that 2-on-2.
Yep.
They just never slow down the pace from that hectic action.
Yeah, like
if they take a moment to let it breathe, they can be like, I'm going to run to the B bomb site and plant here. K-Serrano could have easily shifted onto those CT spawn steps and at least covered him or given him the intel that someone's coming.
Well, it's one of those things, right, where, like, that is the power of, like, that crazy Brazilian style, and it's also sometimes the downfall of it.
The double-edged sword.
Yeah, it is, I think.
Yeah.
Great stuff, though. 14-13. G2, they made their way back. Their economy, taking a little bit of a hit in that round, but they're still like 10,000 on Kenny, so
I was gonna say,
they'll be all right.
Yeah, they've got some cash to spend here. Kenny even being able to afford 2 drops.
This is wild.
Yeah, that kill is big. It's this reaction that surprised me so much.
I would love a catwalk rush out of Furia.
Okay. So
all the smokes.
You're the in-game leader. You're calling a cat rush.
Yeah, it's like my go-to. That's my favorite thing here. So
you just have a go-to on each map, and
yeah, it's the same thing every time.
Okay.
Mentioning it. They are setting up for the default smokes in middle, one towards connector, one towards the window. So those are actually more or less the smokes you would need for a catwalk rush. But they're setting up outside of B. Jackson next are really far up towards the A ramp. Oh, and Henny getting Amanek. I think he must have been jumping.
That's
no,
over.
he wallbanged him. You can do that on the truck. I know that right through the window. That's it's such an easy lineup. He must have done that. 4 versus 5 now. Oh god, if this is how they get to 15, that is absurd and disgusting. It's Kenny to go down next to FURIA. How have they brought this out? Now it's, I mean, they might as well back on out.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I'm even surprised to see Kenny that committed to try and make that happen. He's got the cash for it, so it's not the worst thing in the world. But FURIA, what a shot! Omnic, the only player at that B bomb site.
Those windows have like the wooden blinds, and if you line up in the middle of them and sort of like vertically and horizontally, sort of almost middle both ways, on that it's so easy to do. I have to assume that's what he did.
I'm looking for Omnic's body right now.
Otherwise, like, where would he have got the shot? It was through a wall or something.
I think it was just to the edge of the wall. He had him on the B platform.
All right, well, that's way less crazy. I was so hoping. I so wanted that to happen.
You're thinking of all those spams that are possible at this bomb site and
well,
picking the craziest one.
That isn't even such an. It isn't even such an unknown spam. So, all right, fine. He got the default one. Oh, I was hoping for it. I wanted it. Still, one fight being won, and you know, just looking at it from FURIA's point of view, right? They had everybody in position for that opening kill, because a bunch of times you'll get an opening kill and you'll be like, yeah, but you know, it's only one person.
But we're spreading a default. We can't actually take advantage of it. Yeah, they were hitting that B bomb site no matter what. So what a benefit for Henny to get that kill. And you mentioned he was 19-3 at one point. He'd been quiet for a long time, or 18-3, whatever it might have been. What a more impactful kill you can get, like to get to your 20th. After it's been probably 5 rounds since we've seen him get a frag.
Yeah, he had 19-3, and then he goes from like 3 to 12 in deaths, and finally finds a kill, and that's the one.
And there it is, the deliverance. 15-13.
Wild scenes.
2 chances to close this out, and 2 maps for FURIA.
Well, Jack's also playing a good game. 20-20 on him. Nobody really far behind. Kenny maybe having a little bit of trouble, but again, they've also had, like, for a large stretch of the second half, they've had trouble with the economy G2. So at least he can afford the AWP now. And still, default smokes in middle, just setting that up. Henny ready for a peek, but not ready for the flashbang. And that's Kenny finding his 11th kill. Similar scenario here. I mean, you could be missing a lot of the game, but if you just do that, like just one round, one good opening, he's back to look for the window. Oh, and
that smoke was just fading. I think he just barely saw a glimpse of the elbow of a kneecap or something.
Wow.
2 openings for Kenny S. Relatively quiet game for him, so huge impact down the stretch. And look at this, G2 taking control of lower ramp. They're going to start pushing towards T-spawn. Vinny's here with the AUG. He gets the first, but he's dinked. He'll never expect Nexa to be here. He does shoulder peek it a little bit, but it's not going to bait anything out. And even if the way forward is cleared up by FURIA, they have to go back and get that bomb at A ramp at some point, and it's only a matter of time. Nexa's going to spot Yuri out in the open, who's concentrating towards spawn, and that's the round finished up. We're going all 30. 15-14. FURIA plenty of cash to buy. One last round to dictate G2 being eliminated or G2 forcing overtime.
And think of the pain if they end up losing 16-14, 16-14 on both maps. Like that's just, yeah. Wow, there was just a slight shadow. He's so quick, Kenny. So, finding 3 kills or something in that round, that was, 2 at least, that was very well done. 15-14. FURIA, they have money to buy in this one. Art already taken a little bit of damage. Outside of B, was he I guess he was wallbanged from Hunter.
This is much slower.
Kenny in middle though, look at how aggressive he is.
I like this too. And it's so cool to see because he's been beaten up with this kind of mid play and this kind of mid aggression a number of times in this half, and still in this final round not afraid to go back to it. It's risky, but he's gathering so much information, and he's going to start rotating back. Jax can start investigating. Tough part is this is going to be a set piece towards the A bomb site, it feels. 3 players at A ramp. They could have that execute at A, or they could turn this into a fake still. But if it is an A set piece, it's going to be retake. Double op. And Kenny's going to be locked in connector. Nexa will be locked back in CT spawn there. The flashbangs over. Here are the smokes. And yeah, FURIA should at least be able to get a plant out of this one of those. Some of those smokes feel like there's a little bit more of a gap than they'd like them to be in.
Rushed flank from Jax. He's here so quickly. They're going to get the bomb plant down, I think, but Art is actually delaying it a little bit, and Jax, he's going to be in such a magnificent position. They're just going to get the plant, and then they're going to start to try and think about it. They're not even getting the plant yet. 20 seconds here. Nexa gets traded for Vinny. Finally, Art finding a little bit of space for it, waiting 17 seconds. Jax is walking up behind him, and he's waiting, not pulling the trigger. Oh no! He goes down to Quesorado. The swing around, the whole round on this, the whole series, in fact. That could have been overtime. That could have been the instant double kill. And now instead, oh, they're in trouble. Henny will take down Hunter. Amanek and Kenny now 2 versus 4. An absolute disaster. Kenny the only one left, and FURIA, they're going to be taking down G2. It takes 2 maps for them to do it, but an absolutely heartbreaking, gut-wrenching end to the series here. I can't believe it. 16-14, and FURIA will make their way through. Oh, my heart goes out. You have to appreciate Jax plays that. It's so smart for him to do everything. There's no way that that's going to be likely. That is the least likely outcome.
That's going to be so frustrating. And if I'm his teammates, I tell Jax, when you go and review this, I just say, I wouldn't play that any differently.
Nope. If
we replay that round again, don't do anything different. He had such a good read of the situation. He had such a good feel. All the information gathered from Kenny. But again, just like Vertigo, it's FURIA who just rips it all right out of their hands. They seemingly have it in the bag, and they destroy him. Either way, that's a 2-0 win for FURIA. That's the most promising we've seen them look in a while. We're going to send it down to the desk to talk this one over.
Oh,
no, we're not.
We're going to go here.
We're
a
going to go
little bit ahead of yourself.
I thought I heard the word desk in my ear. I might be going crazy. We've had a couple of those moments.
Not impossible that could be happening. Just so I would say, you know, Jax did nothing wrong. It was good. Like everything about that, like that's a freak accident.
It happens.
I really can't believe it. I do think
it's just unfortunate it happens in the 30th round.
That's obviously going to be heartbreaking. We do have the interview ready, so Paula, take it away.
Thank you very much, Anders, for that. FURIA guaranteeing themselves a top 4 placement here at StarSeries I-League Season 8. How does that sound, Guerry?
Feel amazing. I have no words. I love so much the guys. We have so much passion, and we are working so hard to be here. So it's amazing.
Why was this match so close? 2 maps, 16-14 scorelines on both of them.
G2, it's a tough opponent. The Hunter and Nexa fit very well in the team, and it's hard to play against them. But we are prepared to play Vertigo and Mirage, so we did our homework and did work.
All of your team have been playing very well as a cohesive unit, but on the first map, Vertigo, it was Yuri that scored 30 frags, and then the second, it was Art that was sort of carrying at moments. What were those 2 players doing right?
Yeah, like I said in the interview, we have 5 star players, and they are appearing in each round. And Yuri, in the last round in the Vertigo, he called out the rotation to A bomb side, and he won the match. And this game, Art is calling Burial, so it's all on point, you know?
That last round was extremely close. I think the crucial moment was in Palace when Quesorado just happened at the perfect time to spin around and see Jax, who'd been doing nothing wrong, practicing some trigger discipline, and yeah, he just managed to fire at him at the right time before Jax got his shots off. Did you see that as coach behind them, Guerry?
Yeah, I saw. Quesorado is always taking care of flanking, so he got lucky.
It was a crazy moment. Guerry, any overall thoughts with regards to your performance so far at this tournament?
Yeah, we are growing around the tournament. We start here, one team, and right now we are another team, so I think we can do better in the next match.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. Would you like to say anything to your fans out there? Feel free to go ahead.
Vamos, brasileirinho. Estamos muito felizes, estamos trabalhando pra caramba e vamos buscar esse título. Bora.
Wait, I have to ask you one more thing as well. The next team that you'll face could potentially be Renegades or MIBR. Just give me your thoughts on that.
Yeah. I think every Brazilian wants to MIBR to go to the final with us, and I cheer for them too. I went to a great match, and we are friends, and so I'm cheering for them.
Awesome. Guerry, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on the win. It's FURIA knocking out G2 to move forward and guarantee themselves a top 4 placement.